Warner Brothers is doing its panel at 8:30 in the morning. Jesus. And here's the thing. It's a 4-hour schedule. 4 hours.
I'm not going to make it.
Well,
here's piece so many times.
Here's what now granted, it's also a state of the industry presentation, right? So that means it's more than just Warner Brothers talking about their projects. But listen, and because they're handing out some awards too. The NATO Marquee Presentation Award, the DLP Cinema Presents, a little salute to the films of 2022, industry recognition, that's all fine. That stuff usually goes in about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
These studio presentations are usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm going to go out on a limb here. With an 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. schedule for this, I think there's a surprise screening. Which is weird because a little bit later in the day, they're showing us Flash.
Yeah.
Not you, but you guys. But.
Not Chris, because Chris is going to be busy.
Because I'm a
during that time.
non-believer. Yeah, I'll be teaching voiceover.
But
you guys better thrill me that day.
But they're doing so. Listen, it is possible that all this gobbledygook, if these maybe that stuff is going to take like an hour and a half, but normally it's like 20 to 25 minutes. That leaves 3.5 hours. No studio presentation goes that long. So that means they could do an hour-long presentation and still have 2.5 hours to do a surprise screening. I think we're going to get a surprise screening. But here's the thing. I don't know what that screening can be because we already know we're getting to see Flash, which is a little bit later date. Let's see. Where is that actually? If I scroll down the Flash presentation, there it is at 4:45 Tuesday afternoon. Warner Brothers Pictures invites you to a special advanced screening of The Flash. Very excited for this screening. So what could that be? Well, let's go over and look at the stuff that Warner Brothers has coming out this year. And we're going to see what's going to possibly see if we can pick out what this surprise thing might be. Now, Magic Mike already came out. What's that?
It's going to be Magic Mike.
It's going to be, even though it was already in theaters.
It wasn't his last dance?
Yeah.
So we already had Creed. We already had Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Evil Dead Rises out now. We already know we're getting Flash in that day. So here's your biggest contender, I think.
Yeah.
Barbie. This is very much a CinemaCon kind of move. Now, again, let me be clear. I do not know that in that Warner Brothers presentation, even though it is 4 hours long, that there is a surprise screening, but I'm guessing there's a surprise screening. And I think Barbie is the number one contender for that. This would clearly be a big crowd pleaser. They bring out Margot Robbie. They bring out Simu Liu. They bring out Ryan Gosling. You know, they bring everybody out, do a big push for it. Because there hasn't been a lot of buzz for Barbie. And we saw what happened last year when they screened Top Gun Maverick. All of a sudden, the buzz went through the roof for the entire industry. They could drop Barbie there, show a screening of it. That could go off. So but either way, even if they don't do a screening of it, you know there's going to be a lot of talk about it. This is another possibility. Meg 2.
Well, have fun.
Meg 2.
Yes.
I love Jason Statham. I was not a big fan of the first
He's gonna
Meg
punch
movie.
that Meg.
He literally, at the moment he
Megalodon,
punched
whatever
the
that is.
shark in the
He's gonna
face, I'm
punch
like,
that
all right,
thing.
I don't know.
What else would he do?
Like you do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what
Punch
else
the
do you
shark in
do?
the
Fight.
nose.
Come
That's
on.
just, that's science.
Better have Chuck Norris in that.
Now, here's another possibility. We know Warner Brothers is very, very big on Blue Beetle. And we know that with all of the problems they had with Black Adam, the struggles they had with Shazam 2, the whole bit, hey, getting Blue Beetle some big positive buzz. Now, the
It'd be a
thing where
big DC push then.
what's that?
It's a big DC push.
That's
then.
the thing. That's the one reason why I think maybe it won't be that, because they're already giving a big platform to Flash. Maybe they would. That's why I'm still picking Barbie over Blue Beetle, because they're already doing a DC thing, but I wouldn't put it past them to show us Blue Beetle. This is another contender, The Nun 2.
Oh, no.
What a nose.
The nose
I don't
knows.
want two spooky movies back
See,
to
this
back
is what
in my
I was.
mornings.
This is what I was thinking coming up next.
Is Dune, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, either
Is that
way,
enough time?
whether they're showing us like the full movie
September,
of
I
Blue
think
Beetle
maybe
or not,
Portions.
No, I mean like 2 hours then.
I
time to do.
guarantee you they're going to give us a solid presentation of Blue Beetle. Like whether or not that's going to be a surprise screening, I feel like I can guarantee we're going to get like a 15-minute clip of Blue Beetle because they want to start building up the buzz for this thing. And there's no better place to do it than with all the movie theater owners.
And they have to give the exhibitors more confidence in
Yes.
DC, right? What a lot of people I think don't realize is CinemaCon really does help dictate how many screens a movie is going to get. And this is what's really important here. Yes, how we all feel about the trailers is very important, but these theater owners, they are the ones who are deciding how many screens do I want to give to that movie based on the buzz in this room, based on what I saw here today. So they really need to put that self-esteem into there.
I think you're 100% right when you said give them confidence, because what is their last experience with the DC universe? Shazam 2, which burned the theaters. It burned the theaters, right? So they doing a good, solid presentation of Blue Beetle is going to be important. They're obviously good. They love pushing their horror stuff there. But I think it's not going to be the screening.
No.
They're not going to screen this movie, but I guarantee you, Denis Villeneuve is going to come out on stage. They are going to give us a big, solid presentation on Dune.
I wonder if you can get like 20 minutes or something.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it at all. That they're going to give a good, solid chunk of time to really push this. Remember, the first Dune movie won more Academy Awards at the Oscars that year than any other film. There's a lot of momentum going into this one. Again, I do not believe it will be the surprise screening, but I believe they're going to give us a really good presentation on this. Now, don't forget, guys, after every one of these presentations at CinemaCon, the first thing we're all doing is heading back to my hotel room, and we're going to be live streaming for a couple hours, telling you guys all about what we saw. So make sure you guys are tuning in every single day. This is another one. They're going to do a little bit of a Timothée Chalamet back-to-back because we also got Wonka coming out. So again, I expect a good, solid presentation on this. Maybe just the debut of a new trailer. I don't expect like a 15-minute presentation like I am from Dune, but maybe the world premiere of a new trailer. Timothée Chalamet will probably be there for Dune anyway. He's going to come out and talk about how wonderful the movie is and all that kind of stuff. So there's that as well. And then what do we got here? Oh yeah, and then The Color Purple. I forgot totally about this. This is definitely one they're going to be giving a lot of attention to. Mm-hmm. And Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which means a lot of DC stuff for them to cover this year. I don't know if Jason Momoa will be there. I don't know that we're going to get a big presentation about it. Maybe a new trailer, maybe something like that, even though it's way too early to be putting out trailers, but they might give us a first little sneak peek at Aquaman. We'll find out. That'll be interesting. All right. Now we move from Tuesday. Well, actually, we'll stick on Tuesday for a second because, again, of course, at 4:45 to 7:15 p.m. let's go to my screen here, from 4:45 to 7:15 p.m., Warner Brothers invites you to a special screening of The Flash. This, of course, for a lot of people going this year is kind of the thing they've got circled. We are going to find out, is all this hype, is all these rumblings that we've been hearing for like 6 months that Andy Muschietti has put together a masterpiece of a comic book movie?
Is this real?
Is it even real?
Does it exist?
Does it actually exist? I do not think Ezra Miller will be there. I do not think they're gonna bring it because they're gonna want people to talk about the movie. I don't think they're gonna want people talking about Ezra Miller. Why? What? You just lost.
That image just killed me. I don't think Ezra's gonna be there. What?
Yeah. And we're gonna find. Hey, James Gunn saying it's one of the greatest comic book movies ever made. So we're gonna find out. And at what does this go to? 7:15. At about 7:20, we will have our first react. We're going to make a quick out of the theater reaction video to it. And then we are going to head back to the room and probably talk for a good 30, 45 minutes without spoiling things about what we saw and what we thought about the movie and all that kind of stuff. So that's obviously a really big deal coming up there. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, MasterClass. With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn filmmaking from James Cameron himself, the guy who made 3 of the 4 biggest films of all time. Improve your writing by taking screenwriting from one of the greatest who's ever done it, Aaron Sorkin. Or maybe learn how to make great comedic content by taking comedy by the one and the only Judd Apatow. And many of you guys know I'm a big poker guy, and I recently got a chance to sit down and watch Daniel Negreanu, one of the greatest poker players in the world, teach poker. It was absolutely fantastic. But guys, whatever you're interested in, there is a class for you with over 180 exclusive classes taught by the instructors you know and love. And you can explore lessons in any order you'd like across your phone, tablet, Apple TV, computer, and on the go with audio mode. Individual lessons range from about 10 to 15 minutes in length that fit easily into your everyday life. Guys, I highly recommend you check it out. Get unlimited access to every class, and as a John Campea Show listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea now. That's masterclass.com/Campea for 15% off Masterclass.